Welcome to the Metaville. I'm Rosanna Catalano, an attorney and the founder of Rocket Ship Consultants. I'm excited to be your ambassador to the Metaverse today. Our guest tonight is Brandon Rosado, virtual reality developer and founder of Virtuoso. Welcome to the Metaville.
Thanks so much, Rosanna.
Well, tell us about what a virtual reality developer does. A lot of our audience members, it's their first time talking about the Metaverse. So let us know what a virtual reality developer does.
So, a virtual reality developer creates solutions to design virtual worlds. So, say you were telling a story, and similar to a Broadway play, if you are if your story takes place at a castle, say there's a path going up to the castle with some trees, a VR developer can create the landscape and the objects required to design that world. And with these worlds, similar to video games, you can develop experiences in these worlds as set pieces.
Now, for these worlds, do you have to have, like, I have my Oculus. How cute are these stickers, by the way? I have my headset here, my VR headset. Do you need a VR headset in order to experience virtual reality?
So typically, when we say virtual reality, we do mean an experience designed for use with a headset. However, in technical terms, a virtual reality could also be considered just a virtual world, similar to an Xbox game or a PlayStation game. So when you say virtual reality, although we do mean the headset, we actually have had similar experiences already with traditional gaming.
So before I ask you any more questions, what I wanted to do was show a bit of your work, especially your work with Virtuoso. So let's go ahead and let me play this video for everyone. I love everything about what I just saw.
Thank you.
Incredible, incredible, incredible. So, for our viewers, tell us what we just saw because it was amazing. The graphics,
Thank you.
unbelievable.
So this is Virtuoso. It's a VR social network, and that's a part of the metaverse, as the metaverse encompasses all VR experiences. So similar to what you would see in the movie Ready Player One, like the Oasis, Virtuoso is a platform that allows people to create an avatar and navigate around different worlds together. So what you saw were some examples of me running around in different worlds that are examples that can be available to other people.
So, I also saw logos to other companies as well as obviously shirts and things to dress the avatars. Can you comment a bit about those things that we saw?
Yes, so these different customizable items for your avatar, as well as brands and booths, all serve as examples of real world brands that show real possibilities of how different brands can interface with Virtuoso and be a part of our ecosystem. So, say you saw a Chipotle tent there. Chipotle doesn't necessarily have a virtual experience. However, who's to say you can't virtually order Chipotle and then they bring it to your house, similar to like using Uber Eats or something. So that is showing an example of how a service could advertise or interface ordering. And then the clothing examples is, say we have certain brands or artists we want to work with and integrate their clothing. There could be a partnership made there, and that's an extra revenue stream. Our goal is to provide revenue via microtransactions of avatar items.
Now, did you develop this yourself?
So I have to give major credit to Unreal Engine. It's developed in Unreal Engine, and with the use of Unreal and many plugins, I am the primary developer of it. I have subcontracted out people, and people have worked on different elements of it, but primarily I have made the majority of the project.
You should be very proud. So, let's take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we want to learn more about your thoughts on the metaverse, Web3. Welcome back. Our guest is virtual reality developer and the founder of Virtuoso, Brandon Rosado. So, Brandon, how do you think the metaverse is going to develop?
So a lot of people are working towards building the metaverse, given it is the culmination of all virtual experiences. I believe we will see VR social networks similar to Virtuoso. We'll also see a lot of AR interfacing. So once we have AR glasses, a lot of the content we see placed in the real world, that's would be considered part of the metaverse. So I feel like that's after VR, and with VR, that's a big part of the next steps of how the metaverse develops.
So, do you think Google Glass was just too early?
I do. Seems like they were testing the market, and it's one eye only, which we had the Oculus development kits around that time, and I do believe most people would be more comfortable with seeing in both eyes, because if you see content only in one eye and not the other, it can be almost uncomfortable. So I think it was an experiment to see if there's a market, but I support the think Magic Leap. The way Magic Leap approached it, and they went all the way, and they just had all the sensors, all the tech. They had an NVIDIA GPU on that device. Like I like that. They just went for it, and I think that was a good first step for the AR market over the Google Glasses.
So, how did you get involved in virtual reality?
So it first started with I was interested in 3D graphics doing game development. I was modifying the Halo games. If people are familiar with modding Halo, there's a lot of tools online, and these tools reverse engineer the game, and that helped me learn how a video game works. And over the years, that got me into Unreal Engine to make my own games. And while I was doing that, another big hobby I had was stage design. I loved music festivals and music and the show, producing a show. So I had some clients that, they were kind enough to allow me to design some stages. I thought that was amazing. And they introduced me to Unreal. So Unreal Engine, that was my introduction. I've been using it since like 2014, pretty much right when it came out. And after iterating a lot of my stage designs and seeing them in Unreal, I was just really focused on that. And VR kind of came out of the blue. It was when Unreal Engine released the Play in VR button. There was a day where Unreal Engine, they added a button that if you have a VR headset connected and you click it, it would show up your world that you developed in VR. And that's when VR piqued my interest, because before then, it was just download other people's apps, other people's games. And then once I learned I can take what I made and put it in VR, I literally reached out to a professor in my college and got a headset from a professor. I just rented it from them. And I looked at one of the stages I designed in VR for the first time. And I just sat there with it for like 45 minutes. And I was like, all right, I think I know what I want to do now. And that's where Virtuoso came from. I was like looking at the stage and I was like, there should be people here. The DJ should be there. The music should be there. Like you should just be able to be there. And it kind of just like hit me. And ever since then, I've been building Virtuoso. It's also the project I use to learn VR development, which is why it's taken quite some time. But I never stopped, kept getting better. I still use Unreal every day, I'm using it right now. And I think we're going somewhere good with this.
It's amazing. And I love the actual stages that you represented in your video. So, like Red Rocks, we actually visited there on a family vacation just 2 years ago, and it looks like Red Rocks, what you have there. It's amazing. So, how can our audience members connect with you or your organization?
So I have my email. I'm always welcome to any emails. I can be pretty casual. You can just DM me on Instagram, which is Virtuoso CEO. And then my website, virtuoso.live, that's where the platform will be. It's coming soon. We plan to launch in March. So we're getting there. But yes, feel free. You can shoot me a text. You can email me. You can DM me. All as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Our show discusses all topics related to the metaverse. To suggest a guest, or become a sponsor, reach out to us. My email will appear at the end of the show. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our show. And of course, share it on your social media channels. Signing off from the Metaville, I'm Rosanna Catalano.